I'm Michael Diskin. I'm the Sheep Enterprise Leader for Teagasc. I'm based here in Athenry, and I have responsibility for, for coordinating the overall sheep programme for Teagasc. Just by way of introduction here, we have seen, a modest increase in the sheep flock nationally over the last 9 or 10 years, an increase of about 30%, and between 2015 and 2016 we have seen ewe numbers increasing by in the order of about 100,000. So that potentially will give us an extra 130,000 or so lambs. So the other critically important factor from a sheep industry point of view is that we export about 71% of the lambs that we produce. So we're a major net exporter of sheep meat. About 22% of that sheep meat goes to the UK. And that's very important in the context of Brexit and the amount of uncertainty that Brexit is creating, not only for the sheep industry, but also for the wider agri sector, because of our huge dependence on the UK market for our food exports. Turning to the specific and turning to the factors that we have control over, and these are summarised in this particular board here, and that is the whole question of profitability within the sheep sector. Presented to you here on this board here, the average gross margins for 2016. On the average lowland flock, it was 595 euros per hectare. But if we look at the top 1/3 of flocks, they were doing 1,329 euros per hectare, as opposed to 268 for the bottom 1/3 of flocks. That's basically a 5-fold increase. So that's a major difference between them. If we look behind those figures and see what are the factors that are contributing to those huge differences in gross margin, we see two factors. We see more lambs reared per ewe and higher stocking rates. And the cumulative effect of those two factors is that on the top 1/3 of farms, they are selling 16 lambs per hectare, while the bottom 1/3 are selling only 8 lambs per hectare. So that's a major difference in output. Now, you would expect that with a higher output, that the direct costs of producing those extra lambs would be higher. But in fact, when we look at those, the direct costs are almost identical at 552 versus 512 for the top and for the bottom flocks respectively. So basically what I'm saying to you is that the higher performing flocks are getting double the level of production with the same level of costs. And the reason for that is that they're making much greater use of the greatest resource that they have at farm level, and that is grazed grass. So what we are saying to farmers is, to get that extra prolificity, they need to be using maternal breeds of ram. Breed about 1/3 of their flock to rams such as the Belclare, the Blue Leicester or the Clin to get you high quality replacements. Preferably those rams should be 5-star maternal rams as opposed to 1-star. That will be a further benefit to you. And we are thankfully in the lucky position now that there are genetic information being produced on lots of the rams that will be going through the sales this autumn. And we will be saying to farmers, go out there and purchase 4- and 5-star rams as opposed to buying a ram just based on appearance alone. Those higher star rams do deliver extra performance at farm level, and it is a worthwhile long-term investment. And also you should bear in mind that genetic improvement, as long as you keep doing it on a steady incremental basis, you build on what you gain one year the next year. What we are saying to farmers here, they're going to be bombarded with lots of information here today in Athenry. And if they're like myself here, by the time they reach the gate down there, they've probably forgotten about 90% of it. And that's only natural. But what we would say to them is that they should focus on 1 or 2 or 3 messages that are pertinent to their farm. Focus on those. Ask themselves the question is, how can I do better in relation to grassland management or in terms of breeding better quality replacements to increase the prolificity of my flock? How can I grow more grass? What do I need to do in terms of fertilizer? Focus on those things and deliver those on farms. And it's very easy to be focused on things that are on the horizon and on green faraway hills. The important thing is to focus on the factors that are under your control as a farmer, and I would say control the controllables.